Alright, guys. I've watched like 44 minutes of Justice League, the Snyder Cut, which is actually Zack Snyder's Justice League. Um, Sounds way better than Snyder Cut, but I can't really watch anymore because I've got like 10 minutes before I gotta go to work again. I'm pulling a double once again. Thursday, 18th. Originally it was like Tuesday, 16th. In March, but just a few days later I'm doing another double. Can't really complain though. I sort of accidentally volunteered into it, but whatever. This time instead of 5 to 9, it's 6 to 9, so we're good. I get to eat food, but I don't have time to watch the whole movie, which is a damn shame. Real people, so just I can't do anything anymore. Like otherwise, I get spoiled. It sucks. But I cannot fucking wait to get through this movie. I'm hoping that there's so much more Batman stuff. I'm hoping for more Superman stuff. I'm hoping for... Really, I'm hoping at least it's more enjoyable than the 2017 movie, which I admittedly did have a bit of a blast with. I really liked some of the changes they made to Batman's character. But don't particularly care about some of them. I found it way too shocking that Wonder Woman just killed the motherfucker. At the beginning. She's doing that, it's like that scene from the 2017 movie, except when she throws this guy into a wall, his head fucking explodes. That was radical. I was not ready for that. I thought that was kind of shocking, and didn't really feel like Wonder Woman to me. It's that kind of shit. So, unfortunately, a lot of problems I've had with Zack Snyder's previous movies are carrying over into this one, which luckily was something I was prepared for. But I can see a bunch of people getting pissed off because they were like, I thought this was going to be better. But so far so good. I'm like 44 minutes into it, and really I'm just kind of intrigued and excited. I'm not really enjoying a lot of what's happening though, because I'm too early on into the movie to really appreciate it. But, I think once I get to the next chapter, chapter 4, I'll be fine. This movie is separated into chapters, so I don't have to watch it in one sitting. That's fucking brilliant. I didn't understand the chapter thing at first. I was real fucking confused, but no, I know where I am now, so that's cool. But yeah, I'm not far into the movie yet. I have to do a double, so I just don't want to get spoiled on the internet, man. That's what I'm here for. Tomorrow, Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out, and I can watch that before I go to work. And probably finish up, or probably watch some more Snyder Cut. And then, hopefully Friday? No, Friday is tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully Saturday and Sunday, which I'm off. Save for a few doctor's appointments. Doctor's appointments are not going to be nearly like work, but... Damn. So, yeah. But I should be able to finish it Saturday, maybe. Hopefully. Yeah, Saturday, as long as they don't make me pull a double on Friday. God, I hope I don't have to pull a double on Friday. I should be able to finish it on Saturday. If I have to pull a double on Friday, I'll finish it on Sunday. Yeah. Also, work's just fucking complicated for me because, my job is bussing tables, not being blinded by emotions that I have not felt before. I don't understand what I'm feeling when I go to work anymore. It's really weird. But, yeah. I think I said too much. I'm just so fucking, my brain, I can't take another double. I came back home earlier and completely fucking blanked out on certain details of my own life. It was really weird. The bottom lock on the door when I finally got home was unlocked, or it was locked, and so I'm just thinking about it, and I was like, oh, probably the nurse, and my dad was like, no, it's Karen. And I was like, who the fuck is Karen? And he's like, your grandmother's stupid. I was like, oh, yeah, shit. That's true. My brain can't handle 8 hours of work. It just fucking can't. Luckily, this time it's only 7.5, I think? But 30 less minutes is not gonna make my brain that much better. And then I gotta go. Then I go to sleep. Then I wake up and go to work again. My job is just cleaning fucking tables, so that's kind of repetitive and boring and honestly quite difficult at times. But hey, I guess if I keep doing this, then maybe in the future I won't have to bust tables. So that's cool. The Michael man never gets enough credit for busting tables. It doesn't look very difficult, and that's the problem. That's the problem. It doesn't look very difficult, it doesn't look time consuming. That's the problem. I'm not talking about getting a tip here or there. I'm not talking about getting my name plastered on the wall. Just like, hey Michael, you've done great so far. Every once in a while would be a little more appreciated. I'm just going on. But yeah, the real reason I made this video is I don't have enough fucking time to watch a 4-hour movie. It's impossible. And I'm not calling in sick tomorrow. I'm not that kind of douchebag. I'm gonna go work on Friday. And then I'm gonna be out at doctor's appointments on Saturday and Sunday. And then hopefully I get a day off on next week. That isn't related to a doctor's appointment, because I'm just talking, give me 12 hours to myself, that's fine. 12 hours of consciousness. Thank you. This PSA brought to you by fuck you. Nah, but thank you for watching, guys. Just had to get, that little statement out there. My Justice League review will come in the year 2023. Thank you for your patience. So, something fucked up happened today. So today at work, nothing particularly good happened, I guess. So firstly, I can't clock in because the fucking terminal is fucked. So we had to figure that out. But the real shit happens later. Like, everything up to this point is a real fucking inconvenience. But it's like a minor fucking inconvenience, right? But then my coworker just starts going off on everybody, right? He starts cussing everyone out. He even fucking cussed out the manager. The manager seemed fine with it until another of my coworkers decided that she was fucking done and decided she's just gonna fucking charge right at him. So they never intentionally got violent. She just wanted to get closer to yell, I guess, like a fucking cat. But she did end up pushing the aforementioned manager down. So now she's getting yelled at and pushed around. So she hit the ground. So did another coworker, a nice one, and yeah, the whole rest of the day was very fucking awkward. I'm not coming back in until tomorrow, man. I don't want to be anywhere near that situation in the meantime. Another coworker is coming. I can't say names. I'm sorry, guys. We'll call this one A. He's pretty cool. He's like 16 or something like that. He's coming in because he's so nice. But I already told my other coworker that someone I actually like that just stay the fuck away. It's not worth it. Because the manager obviously went off on like everybody in the general vicinity when the kitchen became a bar fight. So it was very much, don't fucking do that. There's a subreddit called "Don't Put Your Dick in That." It's pretty funny. It's just a bunch of things that you should never put your dick in. But this they should put this on a subreddit called "Don't Fucking Do That," because you look at the situation and you're like, yeah, well, don't fucking do that. Right? I mean, like, how the fuck did this happen? I'm not putting my dick anywhere near that.
All of this is just so much bigger than us. I mean, I can barely do my own laundry. Stopping cosmic annihilation is a bit outside my comfort zone.
Then you probably should be glad that you have friends who have done this kind of thing before on your team.
Wait.
This one was all your dad's idea. You need something that's always in this park. Quiet on their own. Loud in a group.
Loud in a group?
So Falcon and Winter Soldier just came out, and I have not been doing reviews episodically. I've just been going over details and theories and stuff. And the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier doesn't really leave me with a whole lot of room to do that. And I don't do a review, but I feel bad not talking about it since it was really good. So we'll do like an overview, and then I'll move on to what the topic of the video is. Alright, so I really like that we haven't really seen Falcon and Winter Soldier team up yet. The action scenes are really good. I like their sense of humor, how he's like, hey, I'm Bucky Barnes, I'm no longer the Winter Soldier, and I'd like to apologize, or something like that. And then he punches that dude in the face and threatens the chick. He's like, alright, you're gonna stop being Hydra, and I'm gonna fucking capture a bitch. And then he leaves. So I really think all of that's cool, but there's not a whole lot to talk about. I hear that there's going to be a lot of uncomfortable scenes in it, and I'm kind of excited for that. I just hope it's not like the kind of uncomfortable that you get from looking at Wolverine watching Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver do it in the bushes. That was a little bit fucking weird. Marvel always turns to incest when they want to get weird, and that's just weird. So I guess it worked. But I hope that's not what we're doing with here. But, yeah, so, the opening action scene in Falcon and Winter Soldier was fucking awesome. He's doing all these, like, cool things. He's doing all this cool shit with his wings, and then he fights that helicopter, and then he gets the missile to blow up the helicopter. And then there's a lot of swearing. Not, like, R-rated swearing, and I'm not, like, being like, oh, the swearing is really cool, or, hey, kids shouldn't be watching this. It's just, like, something I was not expecting. Because WandaVision didn't have any of that, and also Marvel doesn't normally have a whole lot of that. They have Hell, Damn, and they had, like, shit, like, one time in Age of Ultron. I guess, they call Thanos a bastard and a bitch in, or a son of a bitch in, Endgame, but, yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier just had a whole lot of shit, and I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. It's not used as effectively as Batman vs. Joker, where he's like, she told me to make your death very slow. And make no mistake, I will fucking kill you. I was like, ooh, fuck. Like, a little pee came out of me when I heard that, but in Falcon and Winter Soldier, it was just kind of weird. It was just kind of head-turning. I was like, what the fuck? It just felt really weirdly placed. So, but I'm interested to see the effects of the blip, because we don't get to see that in WandaVision, and they make a joke out of it in Spider-Man Far From Home, so now we get to see it in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and yeah, the blip didn't do any favors for anybody. So, having to adjust to this new life is kind of, I mean, like, for Falcon, it's pretty much, he woke up one day, and shit was different. He's like, what the fuck? He went to sleep one night and he just wakes up in his bed and he's like, ah, good morning, honey. And then he's like, ah, what the fuck? Ah, shit's happening. You know? So we don't, now we get to see that. The two characters that have been gone for like 5 years are now getting more focus. Winter Soldier's in therapy, that's interesting. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. Good show. Now back to the main topic of the video. So, people are not happy with WandaVision because of the Quicksilver thing. Now, I'm just really disappointed. I'm not really pissed off or anything, but they seem to have really pissed off. They really seem to have kicked the hornet's nest, so to speak. I fucking hate hornets. So, they really seem to have kicked that nest pretty badly because people are really disappointed with Quicksilver. How that, was a dick joke. But honestly, I'm just kind of disappointed. Some people were taking it like it's the end of the world. But here's what I think we were all expecting, and so I think this is what everyone was expecting, is like, in the final episode, the Hex would be undone, and Pietro would turn out to be Peter from the X-Men movies, and so he'd be like, alright, gotta figure out how to get back to the school. You wanna come along, sis? And so Scarlet Witch is like, wait, sis? Wait, so there's one of me on your, wherever you came from? And, something like that. So, she's like, no, I'll pass. And it's like, the school's full of people just like us. You fit right in. And she's like, what do you mean, just like us? And he'd explain, mutants, X-gene, superpowers. I think that would have been cool. Now, what I was expecting was that Hayward was turning Vision into a Sentinel, and right at the end, when the Hex is undone, partially, Peter would get control of himself again, and he'd help fight Agnes. And then he'd drop the mutant bomb, but we'd see Sentinels invade the X-Mansion, and so Scarlet Witch and Peter both leave to the X-Men universe to stop the Sentinels from destroying the mansion. I know that was a bit much, and maybe that was an unrealistic expectation. I'm aware of that. But I expected something cool to be done with that version of Quicksilver. Come to find out, it was just a dick joke, and that wasn't Quicksilver at all. They had to have known that would be fucking disappointing. There is no way they didn't. I'm sorry, I refuse to believe they looked at the Mandarin twist and were like, yeah, that's a good idea, won't piss anyone off. The thing, though, with the Mandarin, is we're actually getting the real Mandarin in the Shang-Chi movie. So, what they next have to do is put that actual Quicksilver in like Doctor Strange 2 or in something else. Maybe even the Spider-Man movie. And then because we know Deadpool's coming in. It's going to be the same version of Deadpool. If Deadpool does not at some point bring in his version of Quicksilver, what the fuck are you doing? Alright? Evan Peters says, anyways, he might just be putting on a face or whatever, says he's down to come back as Quicksilver. I'm not going to say he wants to. He just says he's down, But, get that guy back on here. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? It's one of those disappointing things. Like, some people are disappointed with their theories not coming true. And alright, my expectations, my theories, I didn't expect any of my theories to come true. I was just theorizing. The ones that I did expect were Sentinels, mutants, and Quicksilver. Because you put Evan Peters right there. I wouldn't have said shit about the X-Men had you not put Evan Peters in it. I would not have said shit. But you put Evan Peters in there. You said he was Quicksilver. And then you're like, nah. I'm sorry. But suddenly, you did that. Some people were like, oh, Reed Richards is going to show up. And then they were disappointed when he didn't. I was like, that would be cool. But I'm not going to expect it, alright? I'm hoping, I'm not expecting. And so when it didn't happen, I was like, yeah, whatever. But Quicksilver, I see his face. I see him dressed up. I see him. I'm sorry. I'm looking at him, and you're telling me that that's not actually going to be Quicksilver. The fuck is wrong with you, person? Party people be tripping out here, you know? And so yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but I'm not pissed off or anything, and everyone else is, and it's like, guys, you're being a little toxic here. Like, yeah, I get it. But yeah, the people behind WandaVision, basically, they're like, yeah, well, we looked at the Mandarin twist, and we were like, yeah, that's cool. Why don't we do that? And then they've said basically, like, the Mandarin is actually going to show up in the new Shang-Chi movie. So just wait, we got a few surprises left or something like that. And so I think Quicksilver's showing up somewhere down the line. That version of him, too. I don't think they're going to bring back Aaron Taylor Johnson's anytime soon. They should, though. That guy got cucked out of a movie. Joss Whedon's like, well, someone has to die. It's you. No one dies in Justice League, and the stakes are still really big. Well, Silas Stone dies, but none of the main heroes. I think if they just develop side characters, they can kill them off and have a much bigger thing. No one has to die like 100% of the time, right? You don't have to take an established character or a new character and just fucking axe them if people start to like them. You took Quicksilver and you're like, yeah, let's fill him with bullets. I'm sorry, but does not Hawkeye dying make more sense? Whatever. And, like, dude, even I said, you know what, maybe it's not the Fox Quicksilver. Maybe it's one from the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants timeline. Or universe. So, that's a theoretical universe I came up with where he'd still be an evil Quicksilver. It wasn't either, and that's really disappointing. It makes sense how, the stages of grief or whatever, she had, like, bargaining. She's just like, well, I've lost everything. At least I still have Quicksilver. Or at least I still have Pietro. And so she's just accepting that that's Pietro, that even though it isn't. And so the audience is doing that too. Fine, that's poetic and all, but I'm even more disappointed than Wanda, honestly. Why would you do me like that? Why don't you pull my ears while you fuck my butt? So, yeah, man, that was a little too vulgar, that ending. I kind of, been saying some words here, but I think that pushed it. Whoops. So I gotta end it here, guys. But, yeah, no, none of that was cool. Like, what the fuck? I want them to look me dead in the eyes and say, yeah, we thought it was a good idea. Because I don't think they did. I think they're citing that as inspiration. I don't think they thought it was a good idea. This feels like a hold my beer thing. There's only one way this can fucking go. What were you expecting to happen? You expecting people just to take it? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't understand. Not once, not ever. Not now, not ever. So, yeah, that's it. I think the X-Men will show up soon enough. I'm hoping sooner rather than later, but they'll show up and we'll see. I'll be right back. That didn't sound good. Yeah, let's just fucking pull his ears while we fuck his butt. So, anyways, yeah, that was nothing. So, the X-Men will show up sooner rather than later, hopefully, but soon enough. And they're down a Quicksilver. They got to do something to bring a Quicksilver back in. Evan Peters or Aaron Taylor Johnson. Either's fine, but I don't think you can just make a new one. And Speed and Wiccan don't count. I think they're down a Quicksilver and they need a Quicksilver. So, we'll see. Quicksilver's just fucking cool. I think I'm naming my bird after him. Cause guys, guess what? I got another fucking bird. I've had Skrull and now I got a new one. He's blue and gray. I'm thinking Quicksilver. We're putting it to a vote. We'll figure it out. I mean, like not YouTube vote, family vote. But we're all gonna come up with names. We're gonna shuffle them, and we're gonna see which one gets picked more. We'll vote on one name. Oh no, no, that doesn't work at all. I don't know what the fuck else. So we'll vote on 2 names first, then we'll vote on 2 more, and then if Quicksilver beats one, and then like fucking Blueberry beats another, then it'll be who do you want more, Quicksilver or Blueberry? We'll find out. So we're putting that shit up to a vote. We're gonna name our bird.
Commander,
It'll be pretty fucking sweet. They're already getting along really well, so that's kind of cool.
who will come out on top? Ready. Fight. First at stars and stripes. Charging stomp. Steel slash. Steel slash.
I just remembered the second episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier just came out, and I'm really enjoying the show, but I have nothing to say about it. I don't really do reviews. I do theories and speculation, that kind of stuff. Well, sometimes I do reviews, right? But I don't do reviews on episodic basis. Like, I'm not reviewing Superman and Lois, but I am doing theories on that. I didn't review WandaVision until all of the episodes were out. And I'm not reviewing this until all the episodes are out. But I do have to say something to keep me in the algorithm, right? So I'm going to walk us through, I guess it's kind of a review, but I don't want to call it a review, right? I'm not going to give it a score, I'm just going to give it my thoughts. I think personally I do reviews very differently than I do these, but some people might not pick up on that. Most people might not pick up on that, and maybe sometimes I don't pick up on that. But basically, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna play a little game. I totally just insulted the audience, so I'm gonna like cut that take. Bye. Gonna have to cut that out. Okay, so basically Falcon and Winter Soldier. Episode 1 kind of starts off pretty good. It's smooth, but it plays it safe. Episode 2 is way better in every regard. In episode 2, or in episode 1, we see Bucky is in therapy and Sam is in, like the Air Force or some shit. And so he's like, I'm gonna give up the Captain America shield. I'm just gonna wear this red, white, and blue outfit, but I'm not gonna have a shield. And I'm Falcon. And then Bucky's like, I'm not the Winter Soldier. I'm Bucky Barnes, and I'm I would like to apologize or something like that. And then he just beats the shit out of some people. We get to see flashbacks of Bucky killing people. He's having nightmares that are like that come in like the form of repressed memories. And so he kills a bunch of people. And some of them he's like, you know what, fuck it, that guy had it coming. But then he just kills a witness. He's like, well, cover's blown, gotta fuck him up. Because Bucky isn't himself. The Winter Soldier is not Bucky. The Winter Soldier is like him being like brainwashed. It's like the masked Saiyan in Dragon Ball's universe. It's Bardock, but he's not in control of himself, so like it's not Bardock. Fuck, spoilers. You know what? No. It's not spoilers. They don't even fucking... They don't even try to hide it in that game. Well, they kind of do, but it's too obvious. I see the mask saying, like, at the beginning of the game, I'm like, oh, it's fucking Bardock. And the game is just like, who could this possibly be? Who? So, yeah. But,
I believe that the stones are safer in containment than in anyone's hands.
yeah, they each do their own thing. They never really meet up. And then the end of the episode has, Captain America, the new one. John Walker. And he, well, he's not the new Captain America. He is the new Captain America, but he's not the new Captain America. And then your boy, in the second episode, your boy takes off his helmet and he looks exactly like fucking Captain America from the comics. Gonna be honest, not that much like U.S. Agent from the comics, but Captain America, like, damn. They should have gotten that guy. Well, Chris Evans was great, so maybe not, but I was surprised, the resemblance. And then, episode 2, they're working together, Sam and Bucky, I mean, and they cross paths with U.S. Agent a few times, but they kind of just reject him. Dude is being so nice, and then Sam and Bucky are just like, fuck you. And there's a scene where Sam's running off, and he looks behind him to see the John Walker. The way that meant to me is like he's like, you know what, fuck, I'm being kind of like an asshole. Because if it were me, I wouldn't have looked back. I would have just flipped him off. So I'm guessing that he's just like, you know, maybe I shouldn't do that. But I don't know that he's going to turn evil, because everyone's expecting it, and usually they want to do something no one's expecting. Although, I would wager that he goes a little extreme in his methods. But he's too patriotic. He just blindly follows whatever the government says. There's a fucking line in the fucking comics where he says, let me find it real quick. Alright, yeah, I don't fucking know. He said something about being like, oh wait, I have it saved actually. I was thinking 10 moves ahead. Ma'am, if Uncle Sam wanted me to be Mickey Mouse, I'd do it. It's like, what the fuck? I think being overly patriotic is also a problem. Like, why do you care so much about your country? I care about the people in it, not the people who rule it. The people who rule it have no fucking interest in what I want. They have no fucking interest not to be political here, but all they should be concerned about is if I'm paying my taxes and abiding the law. But no, apparently they fucking want to take away video games and comic books and, like, just fucking piss off already. And eat a fat dick, why don't you? So, like, dude, fucking gun control, that's a logical thing, even though I disagree with it. But fucking video games, are you fucking serious? So yeah, not to be political here, but you're fucking retarded. Anyways, yeah. That dude probably gives up whatever he wants, like, fucking, just because he's a patriot. And actually, when he gave that quote, his name was Super Patriot, so that, you know, that explains a lot. But, yeah, all they should be concerned is whether I'm paying my taxes and abiding the law. That's, get the fuck out of here. But, then, so, basically, we get to see some new stuff. He does this Good Morning America interview. There's a cool-ass poster, and Bucky and Sam hate that he has the shield. And then there's like sort of a tense scene in the therapy that's kind of comedic, but then it gets better. And basically, Bucky says, "What right did you have to give away the shield?" And then Sam's like, "Why do you care so much?" And he's like, "Because if you're not good enough for the shield, that means Steve was wrong about you. And if he was wrong about you, he was wrong about me." And I was like, "Oh, fuck." I really feel for Bucky here. And then also, I don't know if this is what they were trying to do, but that seemed like it. There's a lot of like race stuff in this episode, but it felt real, so I can get behind it. It's not like fucking that cartoon shit that they always put in movies. I mean, seriously, in a movie, dude, they'd say that zombies are racist. That's how that works. So they'd be like, "Yo, fucker," it's like, "Oh, the zombie bit me because I was white." Something like that, you know? But here, it felt real. Still, like, kind of came out of nowhere. Like, the cops just roll up in the neighborhood and they're like, "Who the hell are you? Give me your ID. Get on the ground. Is he bothering you, sir?" And Bucky's just like, "No, fuck off." And then I really like the scene where U.S. Agent is like, where he just like authorizes Bucky to be out of therapy. And so then the therapist is like, "But our work here isn't finished. Who authorized this?" And then U.S. Agent just does this thing with his hands and then gives this stupid fucking smile. I was like, "Oh, dude, I love this guy." And then there's this one where they mentioned that one of the super soldiers was in prison for a while. And Bucky, he basically says to Bucky, like, "Have you forgotten what your people did to me?" And Sam's head immediately goes into race, which is kind of cool to see where he's at, mentally speaking, compared to where everyone else is. And basically he says, like, later at the end of the episode, he's like, "Well, Isaiah said," and then, but Sam's like, "No, he didn't mean that." And he's like, "Well, no. He's not talking about my people. He's not talking about my skin. He's talking about Hydra. Hydra are my people." And something like that. So then they go talk to Zemo. But yeah, one thing Jeremy Johns said that I did not disagree with is that it felt like when you say Zemo's name, it felt like, yeah, the audience is kind of stupid. It's like, yeah, why did you have to say Zemo's name? Like, just out of nowhere, Sam just says, "Then it's time to see Zemo." When Bucky just said, "Let's go talk to this guy." It's like, you didn't have to say his name? That seems really weird that you said his name. Y'all both know who you're talking about. Although I thought they were talking about Isaiah. So, I mean. But when you see the dude's face, you're like, "Oh shit, it's Zemo." So, I don't know. I'm excited for the next episode. I really am. There's just no overarching mystery here. One theory I do have that I guess I can say is I'm like fairly confident that Helmut Zemo is actually behind the Flag Smashers. Once the Flag Smashers kill Sam and Bucky, then he'll kill them. I believe very much so that that's what's happening. Of course, they're not going to kill Sam and Bucky, and I don't think he's going to kill them, but not all of them, anyways. I feel like he's going to chop someone's head off. Like, that's actually going to be it. They're going to get Ned fucking Starked. So we'll just wait to see what happens. But there's no, like, dude, from the very beginning of WandaVision, I was able to make some theories. This seems like it's going to take a little while. I mean, hopefully when we get to the Madripoor and Geonosis, that's what it was. Geonosis is from Star Wars. Genosha and Madripoor, which are rumored to be in the series. Maybe we'll get some mutants or something. Or something that hints at the existence of mutants. I think if you get Genosha, You definitely have to acknowledge mutants, because that's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you get Genosha and Genosha, fuck, and you don't have Magneto, what the fuck are you doing? Also, side tangent, the MCU totally needs to add, like, Asteroid M. Like, that shit's fucking hot. It's just a fucking asteroid in space that the mutants live on. Is that not fucking sick? I mean, I know it's kind of cartoony, but, like, get the fuck out of here with that. I want that. Give me it. So yeah, without further ado, that's the end of this. I don't have much more to say. I'm just flapping my gums at this point. Later, guys. Bye.
We've got ourselves a big problem here, gang. Thankfully, I've got a little solution.
I finally understand, Avengers.
Prime Directive? What Prime? Sentinels. And I know just where they're headed. X marks the spot.
Alright, welcome back to part 2. I mean, I'm probably not going to call it part 2. Because this isn't really like a chronological order thing, but like I said, now I'm doing the Defenders. Let me know who you guys want me to do in the comments. Yeah. So, we'll start with, Daredevil. How to reintroduce Daredevil. Well, this isn't super complicated, right? I think in Spider-Man 3, they're already going to have the Matt Murdock stuff. He's going to be Spider-Man's lawyer. And I think that's amazing. I kind of hope we get to see some Daredevil stuff. But I don't think we will, and I don't think we should. I want to see it, but I'm not really sure it's the best thing. But we have Matt Murdock, who's Spider-Man's lawyer, played by Charlie Cox. And we have, like, maybe Spider-Man goes and tracks him down due to the trial of the Punisher. Or we establish that at some point between Daredevil Season 3 and Spider-Man 3 that Daredevil has had some sort of contact with Spider-Man. Like, I'm thinking right before Infinity War, maybe. In Spider-Man PS4, there's a little thing where Spider-Man says, Spider-Man was Peter Parker at this time, not Spider-Man, and he said, and the blind guy came over and said, call this number if Spider-Man ever needs a lawyer. And so, yeah, I think that kind of interaction is all you really need. So you do that in a flashback, and it'd be cool if Daredevil, or like Matt Murdock, took off whatever like shirt he's wearing, like kind of Superman style, and revealed the Daredevil suit underneath right as Spider-Man swung by. I think in this version, Daredevil should be giving it to Spider-Man, not Peter. And so as soon as Spider-Man whips by, Daredevil runs off into the alley and rips off his shirt and throws away his cane. I think that would be cool. And so that concludes the flashback. Now present day, or rather the not too distant future, because of when this movie is set compared to where we are now. Fuck. I can't fucking breathe, homie. I almost said something that was gonna get me fucking canceled. I don't know where that came from. Um, well, you know, the word retard is also going to get me canceled. But I think Spider-Man and you know, when Spider-Man gets his identity revealed, I think either Spider-Man should track down Matthew Murdock, or Matt Murdock tracks down Peter Parker, shows up to his place in Queens, like Peter is talking to May, saying that you need to leave New York, and then he hears a knock at the door, and then when Peter tells May to so that way no one knows that they're there, he's like, Matt is just, he knocks on the door again with the cane, and then says, I can hear the sound of this, or I can hear the door bounce, I can hear the sound of my knocking bouncing off of you two in there. And then we see what Daredevil would see, and Spider-Man opens up the door to see who it is, and it's Matthew Murdock. And he says, come with me, I'm going to get you out of this mess, or something like that. And then maybe Matt knows a Skrull friend or something who can impersonate Spider-Man while Peter Parker's on here. Or Spider-Man can crash the Daredevil, can crash the courtroom as Matt Murdock while Peter is on trial and Matt's running late to show up, right? So the court's like, where is your attorney, Mr. Parker? And he's like, I don't know. And then Spider-Man crashes through the door. Something like that. I think that'd be sick. Crashes like through a window. Yeah, that seems like a good way to introduce Daredevil. And then when he gets his own movie, you make Kingpin the bad guy. And then at the end of that movie, you have a Defenders like teaser. So now, Iron Fist. I think they should do a prequel movie. Maybe you set up this character somewhere, but I don't think Iron Fist needs to show up in another movie to make this movie more interesting. I think people see the Iron Fist name on it, and they should be good. And if the movie doesn't perform well, I'm sure they can take a small hit, right? They could probably take a hit, and then, the second movie does way better once the reviews are out or something like that. And I don't even think that should be a problem. People like me are going to go see every Marvel movie that comes out. Except Black Widow, because I'm not going out to a theater in this condition to see Black Widow. Sorry. I'm going to go see Batman, even if this pandemic is still going, but I'm not seeing Black Widow. Not risking my health. But yeah, I'm going to go see Batman and then just quarantine myself for a few days. Because, I think, I'm pretty confident that next year this pandemic will be behind us. But if it's not, that's my game plan right now. Yeah, I'm not doing that for Black Widow. Nope. Back on track, Iron Fist, I think it should be a prequel movie taking place almost entirely in Kunlun. And you flesh out that place a little bit better than the... By the way, get Finn Jones back on. I think the cast of the MCU should still be... I think those TV shows should be put in MCU continuity. And you just do a soft reboot to assess the tone a little bit. So this movie takes place entirely in Kunlun, with the big bad being Fin Fang Foom. Right? So, they flesh out this place a little bit more. The beginning and end of the movie take place in New York. Sort of like Wonder Woman. How, I don't really remember where that took place, but, we see a Wayne Industries van come giving something to Diana, and she then it flashes back to World War II, and then it at the end of the movie it goes back to present day. I kind of wish 84 did something like that. Instead, it just was entirely in the past, which is kind of annoying. I mean, the flashbacks had flashbacks, which was kind of fucking whack. Flashbackception. But yeah, Iron Fist, you know, so it starts out in New York, and then he flashes back to his time in Kunlun. Like, it'd be cool if... We don't see Daredevil, but at the beginning, Iron Fist is walking down Hell's Kitchen, and then he sees someone. Maybe it looks like Davos, or maybe it is Davos, or something like that. I think that's how you say his name. And so then he flashes back to Kunlun, and we just see his trials in Kunlun a bit more fleshed out. And then the movie opens up, and then when the movie ends, that figure is gone, and we see that he walks into the Nelson and Murdoch building. That would be fucking sick. You don't see Daredevil or anything. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. I need to get some water. And I think this is how you introduce... Okay, so wait, first. Post-credit scene for Iron Fist. Okay, hold on, I was just seeing things for a second. That was really fucking weird. The post-credit scene for Iron Fist should be a Defenders level tease. I don't really know what that would be. Perhaps it's the Punisher, I guess. Murking a guy. Or maybe he's being framed for the murder of, what's his face? Harold Meacham, I think? Going to Google, going to Google, going to Google, going to the Google. No, Harold Meacham is the villain of Season 1. The really fucking boring villain. I'm pretty sure he got killed off, and what I was thinking of to begin with was Ward Meacham. So maybe he's framed for Punisher's framed for killing him. I think that'd be cool. And this starts the... I don't think Ward should be killed off in a post-credit scene. So he's not actually dead. But, you see Punisher, and so you see... maybe when the cops show up, they say, "You are wanted for the murder of Ward Meacham. Put your hands in the air," or something like that. And so, so then you have, you see that and you're like, oh shit, Iron Fist is probably going to want to get the gang back together. And so then you get a Defenders movie. Or maybe a miniseries on Disney Plus. I don't know. The main villain. If it's going to be a movie, the main villain should be Fisk. Again, Kingpin. And the secondary villain would be Punisher. And again, if it's going to be a movie, it's Fisk, and it's the Punisher, who is being framed by Fisk. And I think if it's going to be a Disney Plus series, the main villain is Fisk, the secondary is Punisher, but then you have other villains thrown in there like Electro and Purple Man. And when Purple Man doesn't get what he wants, he takes control of the Defenders' closest allies. I know the Purple Man is dead, but they can do shenanigans or they can get a new Purple Man. So, it's a comic book movie, you can resurrect characters. I would prefer that they just resurrect Purple Man, because he's cool. He's played by David Tennant. But he's kind of rapey, so Maybe don't do that. I know that's the point of the character, but I'm not sure if Disney would want that. But you can get, like, maybe he had a secret son or something with one of his... You know what, that's also probably crossing a line. I don't know. Just get a purple man. Retcon him or something. Maybe he's from another universe, but he's still played by David Tennant. Just get another purple man. It's not that hard. You resurrect him or get another one. Just get David Tennant to play it. Which probably means... multiverse. So... But yeah, in this movie, the Defenders movie, this is how you introduce Punisher, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. You do a Defenders movie, they all show up to fight Punisher, because Daredevil wants to know why Punisher would kill an innocent man. And once, if Daredevil gets seriously injured by the Punisher, then surely Iron Fist's quest for vengeance is going to go on a lot more. His resolve will get stronger, and the other Defenders might want to know what the fuck happened. So yeah, and this also, by proxy, introduces once you figure out that he's still alive, that introduces Ward Meacham. And introduces Purple Man, the MCU's Electro. Because I'm not talking about Jamie Foxx's Electro. I'm talking about like the MCU's own Electro. And then Punisher is now introduced. Kingpin was introduced in the Daredevil thing. But I think in the Daredevil movie, they shouldn't really have a fight scene with Kingpin. He should be there. Maybe they have a few fight scenes, but Kingpin ends up getting away. Kingpin ends up winning in the Daredevil movie. I think that would be sick. I think that would be cool. So, yeah. And that's how they do that. That covers all of the Defenders. That covers Punisher, Kingpin, Electro, Purple Man. That covers a lot of characters, really. And by mind-controlled their friends, I meant like Hellcat, whoever that is, I can't remember her name. Patricia Walker, that was it. So that covers Hellcat, Foggy Nelson, Karen Page, Claire Temple, you know, that just covers a lot of people, because I'm like talking about their friend group and stuff like that. That's, yeah. I think that would be sick. And then they could do like a fight scene at the end where it's like all of New York versus the Defenders. Oh, and throw Spider-Man in there for a few scenes. I think that'd be cool. I really like seeing Spider-Man team up with the Defenders in the comics. So I think that'd be something cool to throw in there. And yeah. I think next I'm going to do the X-Men, but I'm going to wait long enough to get input. And whoever gets the most comments down in the comments, I'll do a video on them. And maybe their associated teams if I don't think there's enough there to do. But I will do them either way. If I just don't think that there's enough to do there, then that's whatever. So yeah, let me know what to do next in the comments. You guys can throw out your own suggestions. But I'll give you some suggestions even. Galactus. Doctor Doom. Well, no, I already did Doctor Doom, sort of. Well, not really. I did a little bit of Galactus and Doctor Doom. So Galactus, Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer.
Congratulations!
More specific X-Men that I probably won't mention, like Kitty Pryde, Beast. Other characters like oh, and how to even reintroduce dead ones or multiverse characters. So yeah, you let me know down in the comments, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Deadpool even. I'm gonna do one on Deadpool eventually. And I know Taskmaster's coming pretty soon, but I've got a few theories on Taskmaster. So I'm going to do how to introduce 2 different Taskmasters. And then how to reintroduce dead characters or multiverse characters, obviously. So how to reintroduce the MCU's Quicksilver and how to introduce the Fox Quicksilver. I'll do that too. So there's just some suggestions strewn about. How to reintroduce Iron Man or Captain America.
So, what do we do with the Infinity Stones?
How to reintroduce Hulk. He's not really dead or multiverse.
Do not fall into the wrong hands.
But we'll just, assume that the more brutish Hulk will be in Loki's timeline. How to introduce Miles Morales is one that I'm really looking forward to doing, because I've got a few ideas there. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. Bye.
Like I said, until the end. Wait! You came here for the stones, not for their lives. Thane, what are you...